what you are. If you turn a blind.
Well, now for the excitement, eh? It can be a little bit scary. I just want to say one thing. The weapons that they're deploying aren't working. All right, that's why they want to get more people, more injections, blah, 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 just like the F-35. So it might be a bit panicky when you listen to Nicholas talking about things that are going on, actually are going on. It might be a bit panicky, but I'm going to tell you now, they're not working. From 2019 to 2020, they expected to murder 3 to 4 million of our countrymen, women and children. It didn't work. That was the whole purpose of Nightingale hospitals, contaminated flu vaccines and the switch on a 5G in 2019. That was the plan. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. That was their plan. So be hopeful. Always, you know, be sort of hopeful. I didn't get into this fight thinking I was going to lose it. I'm pretty sure. It's been a rough ride, but we were very successful at that court case. The council said there was no 5G in the streetlight. We proved in the court it was, and they just basically didn't know what 5G was. They didn't have a clue. A lot of people don't. The differential between 4G and 5G is a weapon system, period. Sick of people talking about 5G having something to do with our telecommunications. It is a smoke screen. It's exactly the same as our ULEZ cameras. So Gateshead Council lied. The reason I did this was an earlier slide that I used to use to people to introduce them to me. But obviously most people in the room are from the Gateshead area, so know all about this court case where the government attempted to gag us. What they said was I was a conspiracy theorist because I was telling people that the government were planning to kill them. With a baby-killing technology, we already had evidence of the transmitters and the streetlights killing babies in the womb near full term. Unbelievable, but true. All right, electromagnetic radiation is not safe, causes calcification of the womb, and it'll kill you. It's exposure over time. We had 31,875 transmitters on streetlights. I got them removed. So don't think. Now, after this court case, I reported this as genocide to Northumbria Police. Northumbria Police have done absolute zero. I won an IUPC case against them, and they said that they had to investigate. Northumbria Police came back to me and said, yeah, we're going to do a full investigation. I'm still waiting. All the evidence came out in court. Their councillors, the mayor, the chief executive said I went to attack her in a council chamber. It was basically because they were desperate to get us gagged. Fortunately, somebody taped it. Nothing like that occurred. What it told me was they were panicking. They were doing anything they could to gag us. Anyway, it didn't happen. This was the offending streetlight that you've got right across your country. We didn't get these removed, but we got the offending 5G network removed from it. Now, that's a risk group 2. The maximum I can expose a human to is 0.25 a second. Optical radiation is not safe. I knew we were in trouble in 2016 when they put these up. No diffuser. These are 7,000 Kelvin, 0.25 of a second, and I'm going to show you something which is absolutely, from an optical radiation perspective, this is unbelievable. It's called flicker. Pulse modulated frequencies. Optical radiation, you never ever want that. High pressure sodium had ballast to stop flicker, to smooth it out, to smooth out your AC. And the reason for that is because AC is 50 hertz. That's not safe. If you've got optical radiation entering the eye or the body or the skin and it's pulsed, it's extremely dangerous. It's a well-known industry fact. The IEEE will tell you you do not want optical radiation. It's 0.25 a second maximum, risk group 2. Maximum I can expose you to, it's 0.25 a second. The government tell you it's perfectly safe because it's that harmful. You cannot look at them. You cannot look at them and they tell you it's perfectly safe because it's that harmful to your eyes, you physically can't look at it. That's the government's narrative. Now that tells me, like I said, in 2016, we were in serious trouble. This is the IEEE document. It talks about flicker. Flicker can be caused in anything from optical radiation emitters, most LEDs cause flicker, and what we also have, when you get a beam wave like this, over 13.6 electron volts, it's ionizing. It's ionizing radiation. If I can get enough energy in a field, it causes ionization, and that's the whole purpose of 5G. Now I'm going to show you this one. This is what we discovered in London. I knew it didn't look like a camera. It doesn't look like a camera. If anybody thinks that looks like a camera, you've got mental health problems. Mayor Corn's obviously got lots of them. Pulse modulated, near infrared. You can't see it. Physically can't see it with your eyes. On top of there, there's a radar element on there. We'll come on that later on. I want to just talk about the light. So it's near infrared, right? You can't see it. It has the same physiological and detrimental health effect. 3% of the general population suffer photosensitivity and seizures. They'll be losing control of their vehicles at those junctions. Simple as that. I've got pictures of them where people have lost control of their vehicles. It's like I said, 3% of the population suffer photosensitivity. So what's going on? There's 3,700 of those units across London. They've also, on top of these traffic lights, you've got scanners, biometric scanners all over. Keep an eye out for your traffic equipment checking out. So anyway, I came back from London. Fortunately, I went down there, got a lot of brigade activity, of course. Gets down there, goes to the Hillingdon demo, and I said to the lads, look, I need to have a look at these. They said, right, no problem. So anyway, off we popped to go and have a little look. And what I discovered was a laser array, not LEDs. A laser array. Interesting. Now, so what I did, I came back and I wrote to Transport for London and I said, in a Freedom Information Request, Environmental Impact Analysis 2004, it's a statutory instrument. Everybody needs to know it. Because you'd be banging these letters into these criminals, because believers are thick. They've employed the thickest, stupidest people, corrupted to the core, into these positions of power and paid them hundreds of thousands of pounds. That's how they're getting away with it. We've got dummies in councils who'll tell you 5G is safe. You've got dummies in councils who are accepting faked documents to put this equipment out on top of you. So anyway, I get back, sends a letter to Transport for London, and they reply and they go, these are class 1 LEDs. So I'm like, well, I've already looked at them and I can see the lasers. It's actually got on the front, that's a laser symbol, and that there is a burn hot symbol. See the hand with a line through it? These are the cables supplying the LEDs, which tells you there's a bit of power there. So I can get a bit of power in there, and I need a bit of power for what they're planning. There's the encapsulator. These are lenses to cause that focality. This is the laser kit, and there's the diode. That's the laser diode there, right? So anyway, on further inspection, I find out that what they really are, this laser diode here is, we're not exactly sure, but it's anything from 700 milliwatts to 1200 milliwatts. That means it's a category 4. That's the most dangerous laser you can be exposed to. 500 milliwatts is category 4. These, I can tell you, well, I know it's a weapon system, so I can tell you now it's probably closer to 1200 than what it is 700. But we're not 100% sure, and I wouldn't like to stand up here and make a fool of myself and say it's 1200 when it's 7. But either way, that category 4. Also, it's a phased array element. You've got 24 Cat 4 lasers in that head. Now, I'm not saying they're killing people yet. They might have done. They might have shot a few. We don't know. What's quite interesting about this, it's a breach of the Laser Misuse Act. You cannot fire a laser at a vehicle, moving vehicle. So what are they doing? So when you're driving into London, if you're driving across the Tyne Bridge there, they've got them on there already, the 15-minute city zone, kill box. So this thing, so anyway, I get to look inside one, fortunately. Got some great kids down in London. Round of applause for the Blade Runners, by the way. British heroes. It's old Bulldog, isn't it? It's old Bulldog British heroes. So anyway, I get to look inside of one, and that there is Thiel's. All this is defence contract equipment, hardware. Siemens, Thiel's, Lockheed Martin's the driver. Lockheed's 5G military operating platform, right, with a Zua. That's what drives the weapon. So you've got a weaponised software package. You've got weaponised hardware. Got a lot of cooler vents there. It's going to run hot. When it gets hot, it'll get hot all right. See, they're planning, when people work out what they've actually done to them, they might want to kill a lot of people. This is their insurance policy. When you find out what they have done to you, this is the insurance policy. So it's totally illegal. It breaches the Laser Misuse Act, right? Obviously, orbital warfare, I know quite a bit about it, fortunately. I know about pulse modulated frequencies and how you can weaponize them and how you can focus radiation at a target. Now, what's actually happened, you've got the local plod, Durham Constabulary, are now going to deploy this, what's called fusion technology. It's laser, radar, and vision system, not safe. There is not a single published peer-reviewed paper that says that this equipment's safe. Not one. And guess what they're doing it for? Your safety. Your safety, to make sure you've got your seatbelt on so they can look in their vehicle and see if you're wearing sunglasses, because that's the next one. That's the next one. If you wear sunglasses, oh, you're a danger to yourself. You're a danger, but it's all right for them to blast you up with a bit of optical radiation. So everybody's a bit sick of these new vehicles, yeah? So you know when your government said these category 2 optical radiation emitters, maximum 0.25 a second, they've just put them into vehicles. So when you're driving down the motorway and it's travelling towards you, right, you need protective eyewear on. So what the government have said, they're going to fine you $2,500 if you've got the wrong type of sunglasses. Do you know the ones I'm talking about? The mirror ones, the ones that I wear all the time. So the reason for the mirror reflects the radiation back out. So that's the way to protect yourself from these weapons, the weapon systems. They've weaponised your transport network. You see, the government see you having a private vehicle as a security threat. What are they planning? Why are they panicking? Why are they in a panic about you having a car, right? They think you're a security threat. So what they want to do is basically blind you, right? They're going to blind you with these, right? Because when you go in and you've got cataracts or you've got damaged eyesight, they're going to go, sorry, can't drive anymore. Cannot drive anymore. So all of this technology, uninsurable for harm. Now this is the thing that this radar detection, Unex Traffic, that's a company who Transport for London are working with, and they say it doesn't exist. Well, hang on a minute. I've just got a picture of it. Is that mere corn as thick as that? Are they that stupid? Are they just lying to us? I mean, what's going on? So I've got a ICU complaint in. This is the email I got from Transport for London, and what it says is, no, not radar system. Got no radar. This is radar. That's a phased array radar element, right? This is radar, and Transport for London say they don't know what fusion technology is. I haven't got a clue. It's exactly what it is. And they say that they haven't deployed the radar, which is a total and out-and-out falsehood. Or do they just not know what it is? They might not know what it is. Good job, I know what it is. So here on the left, this is a phased array element, all right? That's a phased array antenna, and it's actually on the board. Now, that's not safe. It can see at 150 metres. It can see at 150 metres. I wouldn't like to be in front of it, yeah? But what it definitely isn't is a weapon. This thing, the bit that's in the top of Transport for London's traffic lights, and that all over, so keep an eye out for your traffic lights. So this little thing, it's got some nasty looking stuff on here, right? It's got a couple of inductors, a load of capacitance. Why would you want all that capacitance on an antenna board? Well, I'll tell you, because somebody's planning to put a lot of power through it, and the reason we know it's going to have a lot of power through it, this is the 100 elements. This is the cause. It's a phased array radar element, and it's actually got an aluminium block. It's got an air gap, and then you've got a resistor plate, and then all this nice electronics. The reason that away from the antenna board is because it's a weapon, and when they fire it, they don't want to burn out the electronics. Not like this one. See that one? It's all on the board. This one's a very naughty looking piece of hardware, directional weapon system. That's what they're deploying across London. This is for your 15. So you know when they talk about 15-minute city sustainability, what they're talking about, you're dead. These are weapon systems. So putting people into fear, alarm and distress, that's what they're trying to make me for. I've been because I keep telling people the government's trying to kill you. They're feeling trying to gag us because the judge didn't agree with them at all. But I'll tell you what they are in breach of, they're in breach of the Terrorism Act. Net zero is terrorism. It's a political agenda to terrorise you, to take you out of your car because they plan to kill you. They have a depopulation plan and you're the target. That's terrorism. They're terrorising you. They're taking your kids into schools. I mean, horrific what I was listening to the girls before, what they was doing in the schools. What about the kids where they're going in and terrorising them and telling them they're all going to die because it's all getting hot? It's not very hot out there today, is it? Where's that global warming? Oh, sorry, it's not global warming anymore. It's global boiling. So that global boiling's not working, but guess what? They're terrorising your kids. Go home, make sure you don't put the heating on. All of that terror. And not only that, they want to nonce them off as well. I mean, come on. What is going on in this country? I mean, it's absolutely berserk. Here we have an overview of the IAEA standard. The IAEA standard, by the way, for your body integrity, where they're going to fill you full of these nanoparticles, these self-replicating nanoparticles, right, which they've already done. The COVID-19, I mean, Graham will do a little sample if anybody wants to see. If you know, anybody here brave enough to put their hand up? Well, you're a victim of the government's propaganda. How There's people in here, I've got it, I can tell you, because I've just checked the Bluetooth scanner. Right? You were a victim. I'm telling you now, don't be shy. You were a victim. You're a victim of the greatest propaganda crime ever perpetrated on mankind across the world. This is bigger than the Holocaust. Makes the Holocaust look like a tea party. So you've got this IAEA standard that was produced in 2011, where they're going to interrogate and push into your body these nanoparticles. Nicholas showed you them. That's them there. These up-converted nanoparticles also in those that coated, it's cerium and gadolinium, that coated nanoparticles, and that's how I then deliver the infrared weapon energy from that IR gun, that you cannot see, into your body. And that's how I'm going to kill you. So that's their planned mass murder event. Now, no good me standing up here and telling you that the government's going to kill you and then not telling you how we're going to fix it. You have to understand the existential threat, number one. Far too many people, as Nicholas said before, I was telling people 5G was a weapon early on. The reason I knew that is because I know about antenna design. If I can focus radiation at a target, that's a weapon. Now you'll see 5G pans talking to each other, right? Directional flat pans talking to each other. If I change the orienteering of that pan to the ground or to a target, it becomes a weapon. And that's what 5G is. 5G has the ability to focus a radiation emission at a target. That's why it's a weapon system, not a telecommunications network. It's just a masquerade. Same as that cameras. That's not a camera. It doesn't look like a camera. It's got nothing there. I mean, you know what TfL said to us? They said, no, it's got this LED array on the front, right? So then it flashes. It flashes this infrared. It's got an infrared camera, so it doesn't need an IR flash, number one. And it's actually in a city. You've got artificial light in a city, right? Why would you need a flash? I mean, the most thing people are as dumb as what they are. That... fifth generation warfare, all part of 5G. 5G weapons are in there, and guess what it tells you in that? Right? It's the 360i intelligence document. It tells me, and it tells the people who read it, you're the target. You're the target. I know things are not going very well for them, right? So you're not exactly the target today. I think they've got a bit more focus going on in Ukraine. Now, so we have this... we've got this time frame, right, where we can do something about this, all right? We can do something about it. ICNIRP. The ICNIRP guidelines state clearly it doesn't apply to anybody who's had any metal fixtures or fittings. Any teeth, any hip replacements, any metal fitting, right? Heart monitors, neural links, anything. Guess what it also does? See the COVID-19 vaccine. It was a medical they tell you, it's a medical application, it's full of nanoparticulates, so consequently, anybody had that shot, ICNIRP does not apply to you. There was a recent study just come out of South Korea which shows these self-replicate. I've got loads of them. There's loads of papers on these self-replicating nanoparticulates that are growing inside people's bodies. These synthetic materials. But what it tells you is ICNIRP doesn't apply. So if ICNIRP doesn't apply, the government have already agreed that ICNIRP is the preferred organisation, and they will apply that to any deployment of 5G. So your smart meters, your 5G masts, whatever they're putting up, get a Freedom of Information request into them, ask them if they've done an environmental impact analysis, and go, it doesn't apply to me. I've had the shot. If you've had the shot, it doesn't apply. Can you imagine what the council's going to do? Because they've had it as well. You know, if you want to die, right, if you want to die, just carry on following Satan's plan. Because believers, that's exactly what they're planning. They're planning your demise. They're not even shy about it. They've got it written in documents. They're going to depopulate to the tune of 6 billion. You've had the top guy, I mean, he's like the top church guy in Russia has turned around and said the globalist Satanists, right, want to kill 6 billion of you. Putin said it. The West run by Satanists, and they want you dead, are going to kill 6 billion of you. What are we going to do? We're going to stop them. That's what our job is. Our job is to stop them attempt to do what they're going to do. We're going to do it. I've got no doubt we're going to win, because guess what? We're too early. They didn't think anybody would have worked it out, because they think we're as thick as what they are. And I'll tell you now, anybody going along with it, I mean, think about the coppers. Think about all the people, as soon as they're finished with them, boom, I can switch them off and cause a tonic seizure, and they're dead. I've got an access node. There's 5G access nodes all over the place, right? It was called network-centric warfare. The defence industry have partnered with most telecommunications manufacturers. All of the equipment in your home potentially can be weaponised against you. Your smart meter was specifically designed as a weapon. So Ed Miliband, right, that criminal, I mean, I'm not saying he knows. He might know. We'll soon find out. We'll just test him, see if he's took a shot. If he ain't took a shot, then you know that he knew. It's one way to actually find out who the people are who pushed that weapon on you, because it was a biological chemical weapon. Professor Francis Boyle, I've got enough documents to show it was a weapon system. We're going to beat them. We're going to smash them down the hole of hell with those scum came from. God bless you, everybody.